Good morning. Time to do our card. Okay, let's take our nice deep breaths in and through again. We always start with breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And when they like to say, when you exhale, you are expelling all that no longer serves you. All those woulda, coulda, shouldas, the what ifs, and the maybes. So, and whenever you breathe in through the nose, we're going to start out pulling up that beautiful Mother Earth energy, bringing up that feeling and sense and energy of unconditional love, peace and calm, and the sense of just being held in this safe space. You can place your hands wherever they feel called to. A lot of times I usually have like one in my heart space, and then one could be, you can have a hallelujah hand, you could have one on your solar plexus, your sacral, towards your root, wherever you like it to be, or even just both hands up in your lap. So wherever they want to be. So closing your eyes, and we're going to go nice and slow. If you need to count, at least a count of 7. And then again, slow on the exhale as well. So breathing in. And release. Breathing in. And release. Breathing in. And release. This time we're going to put our attention and intention on our crown, the top of your head, and pulling energy down from Father, Son, Source Light energy, the brightest light that you could never see because it's too bright to look at, coming straight through your crown, all the way down your center, all the way down, like it's shooting all the way through, all the way through, cleansing and clearing and activating and aligning, and then pulsating out until it cleanses and clears all energy that does not belong here, all throughout your energetic field. Just really asking Source Light energy to come through, cleanse and clear, purify, activate, and align. My crown's already tingling. Okay, so, and you could put your hands wherever. You can even put one on your crown if that helps you. Or you can put like, oh, or wherever they want to be. So breathing in nice and slow. Breathing in nice and slow. Breathing in nice and slow. This time we're going to put our attention and intention on our heart center, our heart space, our heart chakra, and all of the above. And what we're going to do is we're asking that this energy, as we're breathing in, that this energy combines the beautiful Mother Earth energy, the peace and calm, and the activating, cleansing, clarifying energy, that purpose and drive energy from Father, Son, Source Light energy comes, and they integrate and they combine and they blend and they expand and they expand and they expand, and they create this beautiful balance throughout our whole energetic field. Oyana siano tuyano koiana siano tuyano oyana kana siana tiana oyana. Oana tiana ana ana ana. It feels like that word pulsating, which we've never used in this, is an integral part of this. So have that in your intention, like this energy will pulsate out. Oyana siana, iana siana, iana siana, iana siana, tiana siana, tiana siana, tiana, iana kiana oyana. Okay, so this feels like a very activating breath work this morning, and as well as it's like grounding and activating at the same time. Very, very much so. So breathing in nice and slow. Exhale. Breathing in. And let go. Breathing in. And expel. Oyana kiana siana tiana ana kiana oyana iana kana siana tiana oyana tuyano suyano tuyano oyana iana su 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 iana kana siana oyana. And again, just a brushing away of all energy that does not belong to me, sending that to Mother Earth. Oyana kiana siano tuyano oyana. What may it be, whatever. Iana siana tuyana oyana. Ana kiana. Oyana kana suyano oyana. And then shake your hands off by the side. You can even brush them off like that. You can always take some Florida water after that, or a drop of essential oil or something, and kind of like wash your hands. It's like extra little purifying. Kind of do like a little extra little cleanse. I always feel better after a little energy cleanse. Like a little lighter. Even though I do it every day, it still feels, that's how I know how much it's needed, because it still feels so good. All right, let's do this. Oyana siana tiana kiana ana. Oh, shaking things up, aren't you? Okay, iana siana tuyana oyana. I guess we're pulling 2 cards from here. Four Swords. We get this a lot, don't we? Iana siano. Nine of Wands. Okay. And we're going to do one from, this is from that Wildwood. I think it's called, that's what it's called. Is it Wildwood? Yeah, Wildwood Tarot. Oyana siano tuiana. Which I do like. This is the one that I got not too long ago. And I do like it. The only thing I would change is, I don't know, the card stock or something seems a little, I don't know. But that's just being nitpicky. All right, the Shaman. All right, I feel like we're done. Let me see. Are we done? All right. So we have, in review, Shaman, which I feel like it goes more towards the center a bit. 9 of Wands, which goes towards the outside. They're always very particular about where they want me to have the cards, or want us to have the cards. Oyana siano oyana. This is the 4 of Swords. Sorry, it's always so blurry. Okay, and then the Shaman's there, and then we have the Tower card. Feels like, again, like shaking things up. Okay, let's see where they're going to take us with this. Again, that Shaman card really feels very reading centered this morning. Okay, let's see. Oyana siano tuyana. Oyana siano tuyano oyana. I don't know why they're having me. Iana kiano. It feels like I'm starting a fire. Oyana kiano tuyana. Oyana kiana siano tuyana. Oyana siano tuyano oyana. And it, okay, so they're showing me like with like oyana kiano oyana, how they teach survival thing where you have the stick and you're doing like this. Ianasiano Tuiano Oyana, over the rock, and there's like the little peeper down there, and that, I guess that's where it kind of ties in with that, and him and his staff, and then there's stuff down there. Oyana Kiano Suiano Tuiano Oyana. Iana Siana Kiana Tiana Oyana. Iana Siano Tuiano Oyana. Creating friction, they're saying. Creating friction. Oyana Siano Tuiano Oyana. But they're not mad about it. They're like, oh, creating friction. Oyana Siano Tuiano Oyana. To Oyana Kiana Oyana Oyana Suana. To spark the flame. To spark the flame. To ignite the Oyana Kiano Suiano Tuiano Oyana inspiration and questions. Questioning. Getting people to think. Getting people to think the whys and the hows of it all. Getting yourself to think. Thinking about like why are you thinking the way you do? And are you thinking, is that the way you should be thinking? Should you adjust your thinking? Should you like rethink your thinking? Should you Iana Kiana Oyana question things more then? Does it make you question more things than just this one thing? Iana Siano Tuiano Oyana. Creating friction, being the catalyst of change. Ana Kiana Siano Tuiano Oyana. Even if, okay. Okay, they're saying, even if you can spark thoughts and ideas and inspiration and questions into the sleeping minds of societal norms, if you can confuse people enough to make them question their own reality, if you can shake things up, if you can spark that inner change, if you can be the catalyst for change, even if it's just like one distant flame, then that one distant flame, then they're showing like, oh gosh, it's making my whole insides feel good. I'll tell you why at the end. So if you can do, because I feel like this isn't just about me. This is about you too. This is about you too. Oyana siano toyana oyana. You're shaking things up. You're thinking about shaking things up. You're thinking about shaking things up. You're thinking about shaking things up. Okay. If you can spark even just one flame, inspiration of change, even if way far in the distance, and you can't even see it, you don't even know it's happening. You're just like, oh, well, I put it out there. It is what it is. It's got a life of its own. So, but then they're showing that little spark of flame in the distance, and then they're showing it kind of like how, have you seen those little memorial things where like tribute or different things where it's like a candle ceremony where they pass out those candles, and it's kind of got the cup or the paper to block the wax dripping, and then everybody's lighting each other's candles, and then one candle lights the next candle, who lights the next candle, lights the next candle, and lights the next candle. So they're showing that, and it's like how even if you only spark the change in one flame, one distance flame, where you don't even know it's ever happened. You never know it. You live the rest of your days on earth never knowing. And you've got to be good with this. You've got to be good with this, because the questions, you put out the curiosity, you put out the confusion that made people question their reality, and then you're just like, okay, it's kind of like you It's time to fly, birdie fly. And you know it's got a life of its own. Never where it lands, nobody knows. And so you have to be good with just letting it go. And then, so you're shaking things up. You from the day that happens to the end of days, you never know that way in the distance over there, that there was a little flame sparked. And then that they started questioning and putting out there and shaking things up. And they started lighting little flames here and there. And then they started lighting little flames here and there. And then one day it reaches this flame, who is this bright burning flame, who could just, that flame is like the fire pit compared to the tea light. And it really just roared with its flames. And it, millions of little lights. And this part could be even past the day that you're already gone. But you started the shakeup. You planted that seed. So be proud of every moment, every little questioning thought that you can, and little implant that you can put out there of positive change, of individuality, sparking individuality, individualistic thinking. If you can spark another's flame to learn how to figure out who I am as a flame, all encompassing everything just as is, like, who am I, period, not because of this or that or this or that, or just figuring out, like, no programming involved, not what anybody else thinks, not tainted by trauma because we've been healing and learning and growing. But who am I at the core? Who do I want to be? What do I want to represent? What is that, like, calling that I have within? All of these things. This and being, like, so proud on an individual level that they are who they are. This is me. And become so comfortable with that. And if we could spark that, and all across the board, and, like, to where if we could take those candles and light the next candle. You know what I would love to do? This is a squirrel moment. But wouldn't it be the coolest thing? Like, so if, like, say if I had, like, so here's a little tea light, but just we'll play with this. But pretend I had, like, if I had a, taper is the word, like a little taper, and I had the taper lit. I could even add, like, the little paper cup or something, just for, whatever. But anyway, I can light that, and then I could just go like that, and like I'm lighting your candle, and then you could post a video like your candle just got lit, and then you turn, and then you light the next one, and then it becomes like this series. Okay, so anyway, spark that flame, ask the questions, like, start making people think, and in this non-judgmental way. All we're not doing it out of judgment, we're not doing it out of hate or anger. This is coming from a place of neutrality. We must come from a place of neutrality, because that is when people are able to question and think for them. That's how the seed is planted. If we come at it with a then that's whenever that seed could kind of like bounce off the top of the ground and not get planted, because then they're coming back at you with resistance and hate and anger and, like, like, I can't hear you over rage or over defensiveness. So they're saying, just come at it, put the things out there from a place of neutrality and let it go. drop those little seeds in the sleeping little societal programming heads, and really make them confused but not mad. You're wanting them to be confused but not mad, because then if they're confused, they're going, why do I think that? I don't know. I'll have to think about that. And it may just keep popping up in their heads over the next however many months. And it's just like, or maybe it pops up a conversation with somebody else, one of their friends. And one of their friends maybe can talk to them about it in this way of like, where they're not so agitated with it, with the answers and whatnot. To where that's how we shake things up, is in this beautiful, subtle way. This is like subtle seed planting. Subtle seed planting. Cause confusion. Ask the questions. Be the catalyst of change by just this little quiet little boop boop. Ask the questions. Spark the flames. Do it coming from this place of neutrality, not from anger or hurt or defensiveness or judgment or anything like that. We're just asking the questions. Or throwing out the ideas or the thoughts or the quotes or the whatever it is. You're just boop, 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 and done. Walk away. Walk away. Your job is done. Sparking curiosity is key and huge. They're just showing us like programming doesn't like curiosity. Programming likes falling in line and just doing what you've always done, doing what you've always been told, doing what you always have like just somehow known. This is the way it's done. This is the way it's done. This is the way it's done. Get in line, form a line, form a line. This is the way it's done. Boys go here, girls go here. This is what you wear. This is what you do. This is how you walk. This is how you talk. This is how you talk. This is how you walk. This is like, that's like programming's like, that's their happy place. No thought, no curiosity, no questions. Falling in line. Follow the line. Follow the leader, follow the leader. Here I come, here I come. And just following. It doesn't like curiosity. If curiosity goes, why are we in a line? What are we waiting for? Why am I dressing like this? Why do I have to speak like this? Or why do I have to do this and that and do it A, B in this order of A, B, and C, and D? Why is that? Why has it always been done like that? It doesn't like that. It doesn't like that. It shakes things up. Shakes it up. It doesn't like that at all. Like, it's like, it starts to make it itchy. It starts to make the programmers itchy, the programming itchy. It gets itchy. Like, oh, why is there like why is the line stopped? Or why is this, what's the disruption in the matrix? There's a disruption in the matrix. I don't know why I'm like goofball today. But they're like, it does make them itchy. We want them itchy, right? We want it itchy. Yana, siana, tiana, kiana, ana. We want to, oyana, kiana, oyana, spark the flame. We want to like be that kindling of the little spark that could turn into a whole forest fire. Not in reality. Don't catch my trees on fire. But of hearts, of desire, of creativity, of curiosity. We want to spark it. We want people to question their whys and their hows and the maybes, the what ifs, in a good way, not in a bad way. Oyana, kiana, oyana. We want to be the spark of change, the catalyst of change, the quiet change makers. Now there are like, obviously, if you are a like Hellraiser change maker, be that Hellraiser change maker. But also this today we are talking about the way of the quiet change maker. The quiet change maker who just is planting seeds, neutrality seeds of curiosity, making them in confusion in a way of making them question their reality and their whys, their hows, and all the thinking of how they started thinking the way they think. That's where we want to get to. If we can make people question why they think the way they think, that's where we want to get to. And in ourselves as well. Why do we think the way we think? Do we need to shift that? Do we need to rethink the way we think? Is there a better way to think the way we think? A more loving way, a kinder way, a more way of neutrality, of a non-judgmental neutrality, of without anger, without history, like tainting it, if that makes sense. We want to learn from history, but we don't want the history that has hurt us to rule every decision, every thought we have and make, because then we're giving the control to that trauma. We don't want to do that. So we want to come at it from a place of neutrality without all of that. The quiet catalyst of change. So going back to, I did on the Instagram and Facebook of the business page and my personal page as well, asking people the question about women who don't shave their legs and armpits. What are your first thoughts when you see a woman that doesn't shave her arms and her legs? And why? Just curious. So if you want to answer that question, you can answer that question in the comments. No judgment. Just first thing that pops in your head. Just picture seeing a lady walking and she's rocking those hairy legs and hairy armpits. And you're like, whoa, what you thinking? Or are you like, girl? Or are you like, ooh? Or what is it? What do you think? Do you think, so the questions, the choices were, let me think if I can remember them. A was, Oyana Kiona Oyana, powerful, brave, and ready to misbehave. B was, Oyana Kiona Oyana Siona Oyana, gross and dirty, like unkempt kind of thing. I can't remember exact wording. C was just a woman being who she wants to be, completely human. D was oyana kiona oyana, improper, definitely not okay. So, what's your thoughts? What's your thoughts and why? Where does it come from? Where does your belief system, when it comes to that, come from? Where does it originate? Where does it originate? All right. Bless.